Alright, let's break down what's happening right now in Venezuela and the Caribbean. Venezuela has just announced a massive military move. 25,000 troops are being deployed to tackle drug trafficking along the country's borders, especially in the states of Zulia, Táchira, which neighbor Colombia. That's a big jump from the 10,000 which have been deployed in these areas. President Nicolas Maduro says he's sending even more soldiers to the Guajira region in Zulia and the Paraguana Peninsula in Falcon. Both of those are seen as major drug trafficking routes, but that's not all. The Venezuelan military isn't just focusing on land borders, they're ramping up efforts along their Caribbean coast too. Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino says they're deploying warships and drones for patrols, especially with larger ships further out in their territorial waters. In total, about 15,000 Venezuelan troops have been sent to the Colombia border to fight criminal groups, including those linked to narcotics. And it doesn't stop with the army. Maduro recently called up 4.5 million militia members across the country after the U.S. increased the reward for his arrest. He says these militias are prepared, activated and armed. Now, let's look at what's happening on the other side. The United States has responded with a serious show of force. They've deployed 10 F-35 stealth fighter jets to the Caribbean, joining a larger naval operation targeting drug cartels moving narcotics through the region. And it's not just jets. There's a significant U.S. naval buildup in the southern Caribbean, American warships, a large number of Marines, and even a nuclear-powered fast-attack submarine are all stationed just outside Venezuelan territorial waters. Tensions are definitely ratcheting up. There's already been a deadly incident. A U.S. military strike killed 11 people on a vessel traveling from Venezuela in international waters. According to the White House, these individuals were transporting illegal narcotics and heading for the United States. The U.S. administration has made it clear they're considering even more aggressive options, including potential strikes inside Venezuela against drug trafficking groups. That would mark a huge escalation in what's already a pretty tense standoff between Washington and Caracas. To sum up, we've got Venezuela deploying tens of thousands of troops, warships, drones, and millions of militia members, all aimed at clamping down on drug trafficking, and let's be honest, sending a message to the U.S. Meanwhile, the U.S. is responding with fighter jets, warships, and threats of direct action. It's a high-stakes chess game, right in the heart of the Americas. I'll be keeping a close eye on this story because the potential for further escalation is real, and the consequences could ripple far beyond Venezuela's borders. If you want context on why this region matters so much, or if you have questions about what happens next, let me know in the comments. Stay tuned. The Caribbean has always been a critical corridor for both legitimate trade and illicit trafficking between South America and North America. These waters see billions of dollars worth of narcotics pass through annually, making control of this region a top priority for both nations. But this isn't just about drugs, it's about regional influence, oil resources, and migration patterns that affect the entire hemisphere. Other Caribbean nations are watching nervously as this military buildup unfolds in their backyard. There are also humanitarian concerns about how this escalation might affect Venezuelan refugees and migrants seeking safety. Questions of international law and sovereignty are at stake when military operations cross into territorial waters. The next few weeks will be critical in determining whether this remains a war of words and military posturing, or escalates into something more serious. Military experts suggest that both sides are testing boundaries while trying to avoid direct confrontation that could spiral out of control. Behind the scenes, diplomatic channels remain open, but the public rhetoric from both capitals suggests little room for compromise. This story represents a significant moment in U.S.-Latin American relations that could reshape regional security for years to come.